Yeah, man.
This is good.
Yeah, if you ever want to like video record or screen record with audio, use OBS. Because again, I like plugging in a fucking wire is a nightmare for me. But I figured out OBS, bro. Like, I don't even know how I did that.
Oh man, you're funny, man. You're funny. Like
I needed that.
Yeah.
I fucking needed that, man. Like that made my soul feel good.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like what you're doing here is something special. Like I definitely, you have that the early sauce of a Bill Burr, a Carlin, like this. Yeah, this is really good.
Can I just have you follow me while I walk around all day? So you just say stuff like this, bro. Like, yeah, man, you got this. You're gonna be someone. You're gonna get there, kid. Like I'm just over here getting Haagen-Dazs. Like, yeah, man, I am gonna be someone. That's fucking awesome.
The over-the-shoulder motivator.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good name for a podcast. The over-the-shoulder motivator. Just 5-minute clips of motivation.
Oh, hey, you can have it. Oh, man. Oh,
that's a funny ass shit, dude. I'm surprised you're like. Have you listened to any of the episodes or whatever? Because I was surprised. I was like, wait, did this motherfucker actually just agree to come on? Get the fuck out of here,
yo. Hey, a little bit of both. So I heard it was your first episode, and immediately, like 5 minutes in, I was like, oh yeah, I like this guy. And then I was like, shit, let's do it. Let's dive in.
That's awesome. That was I think so far in this show's run, that was the only show I did without a guest. And I even remember, and he was just fucking around, or I think he was being honest, but my old co-host was like, yeah, that shit's trash. Get the hell off the airways. Now, he was kinder about it than that, but he was even like, no one's going to listen to a person talk by themselves. And I'm like, no, it's just, I just wanted the first episode to be by myself. That's all. Even though Bill Burr does amazing, but like to be fair, he's also a comedic genius. I love it. He's literally one of my favorite comedians.
Oh, easily. I agree. Like his his clips, like there's so many highlights with stand up of, oh man, when he was talking about driving over the sidewalk and hitting people like bowling pins. I mean,
dude, the bit where it's basically like you're 2 inches away on the steering wheel from being on the evening news. Like you go from like just riding about your day to the most horrific event in recent memory. I love that bit.
Yes.
I think it's a Northeast thing because I grew up in the Northeast, and when I heard that bit, I was like, that's my life. Like every day, like driving down Route 1 in Jersey, like that was my whole entire fucking life on 287. Like, yes, 100%.
287. Oh my God. Where were you on your way to? When usually I would have like 280 to 287.
287 was, what's it called? 287 is usually when I went to, is it Old Bridge or Bridgewater? Because like 287 was that one road where there was no lights, but there was, I don't know if you're familiar with 287 in Jersey, but that road in New Jersey, there's basically like a stop every 5 fucking feet, like in terms of like a medium between the two opposite like north and south lanes where it's either you're good forever or there's going to be a cop on each and every one of those fucking banks. And it's like, fuck. And the second you drive past the state trooper going 80 plus, because no one's going under 80 on 287, You're just like, fuck. Dude, I remember this never happened before. I didn't even know cops could do this. This lady cop, beautiful girl, by the way, beautiful woman. I don't know if it was like the shoulder pad suit jacket she was wearing, but beautiful. She pulls me over, goes back to her car, comes back. She gave me a warning, like an actual written out, as if like I had to get a slip from my doctor, like for while I was out on school one day. She gave me a written warning. I'm like, who did what? So like, what? This isn't the 8th grade. Like, you could just tell me, like, hey, slow the fuck down. Give me a ticket at that point. Like, what's the like? I'm gonna hold on to this, put it in my stamp collection. I don't know what the fuck to do with this.
Oh god. Oh, I'm weak.
Oh shit. You're from the Northeast though too?
Yeah, man. New York, born and raised. Definitely. Grew up in I was born in Yonkers. I lived there for about 5 years, and then moved to Teaneck, New Jersey for about 6 months, and then now living in Westchester, like the Bedford.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you've stayed in the Northeast like your whole life then?
Oh yeah. You know, like traveled a lot and just been in various places, but New York, there's always a home grounding to it.
Is with that area, like, because I gotta admit, in the Northeast, sometimes I'm just like, dude, I gotta move to fucking Bali or something. I'm sick of looking at wet concrete for 80% of my life. It's just there's a feeling, but like it does. I don't know if I were to leave, you know, after maybe a year or two, would I want to? Like, would I get tired of where I'm at now and be like, man, I really want to go back home? I'm in limbo with that.
Yeah, man, I know exactly what you're referring to. Like for example, like a few months ago, me and my brother were living in LA for about 3 weeks, and like total medicine, you know, waking up to the sun and seeing the mountains. And then, like you said, though, after a while, it was like, you know, start thinking about family members and the air. It's the gravity just pulled right back.
So basically, you're getting homesick, right?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, the gravity. I was like, that's homesick. Motherfucker's trying to create new terms on this podcast. The gravity. It's like, no, it'll be homesick, bro. You know what it is with me, man? Because I've there's some times where like, yeah, I dream about, you know, having my own little place, like no neighbors and all that. I've seen so many of those murder mysteries, though. They don't happen in like an apartment complex in New York. You know what I mean? Like, no one would have the balls to do, like, yeah, you might get a homeless person wielding a hammer or something, but you don't get like this dude like chopped him up and like fed him to the dog. It's like, no, that happens when you have no neighbors. There's no backup at all in your neighborhood.
The city, like, that's another thing too, because I live an hour outside of the city, Manhattan, and there is no energy on the planet like it.
Yeah.
Like there is, people are active. They're just focused. They are ultra creative, just wired up, you know, but there's also, it can be overstimulating. Like, where it's just like, wow, people don't slow down at all.
Yeah, and there's something about also, there's something I've seen about with the city is that a lot of people get really, because I grew up outside the city. Like, I'm growing up in Jersey, right? Like, you know, like as it's not, Bill Burr even he was saying something about this in one of his recent episodes. He's like, because he's from Massachusetts, he's from Boston. He's like, I relate to the Jersey type because they're not in a city, but they're kind of near a city, but they're still suburban. So, you know, I go to the city and I still get enamored. Like they're currently building some new fucking buildings in the city. And I'm just like, damn, dude, like I get enamored by the cranes being up there. And it's like, how the hell did you, first off, the hell with the building? How did they even get the fucking crane up there? Like, what did they build to build the building? Like, what the, but there's so many people just jaded, man. Like they just like the way they call for a taxi and the way they walk around. It's just like, come on, man. Like you're still a person. You must see how kind of cool this fucking is, right? Are you snapping your fingers, dude?
I definitely am. I
Shit.
definitely.
Like I'm at a deaf poetry jam. Holy shit. That's all. That's the great, dude. I need to get like a cassette tape of you and just have you on like motivational morning drives. I'll get a cassette tape that has the aux cord connected to it and just be like, this is my guy for Monday through Friday. That's awesome.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
I love it.
Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying though about the jadingness or whatever you would call it?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Because it's also a place where people are drawn to it to see their dreams come true, whether it's in music or acting or whatever really the case may be. But as beautiful as the city is, if you don't play it right, it can swallow you up. And when you get swallowed, you can get bitter. You know, you can use that as a deeper grind, as an advantage, or take it as a negative.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying with that because a lot of people probably go there or even grew up there. And like their version of being an actor is like being Leonardo DiCaprio, or their version of being a musician might be like being John Mayer or something, or like Tyler the Creator. Like they're trying to like, and it's just like, you could see someone who's probably making like 150, 250,000 plus a year. Yes. And from maybe my eyes or someone else's eyes, it's like, dude, you're fucking you're crushing it. What are you like? Yes. What are you bitter about? And it's because in their mind, they didn't fulfill that like dream of being the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? And I respect that too. Like I enjoy someone who has ambition, but I think a lot of people got away with the whole, you can have ambition and always try to strive for more, but you also can be happy with your current life too. You don't have to be fucking misery doesn't have to be your only driving force.
Wow. Well said.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty cool, man. I'm like a young Bill Burr. I've heard I'm like a young Carlin, you know, across the airways.
You tapped into something. What was it? This the contentment. It is okay to accomplish something, to achieve something, and be so fulfilled about achieving that. You know, like you said, you don't have to always go this. Learn to be grateful where you are, wherever you are at that particular moment.
Yeah, man.
Gratitude.
It's weird. It is hard. I think a lot of people. I think you're in your mid 20s right now.
Late 20s actually, 29.
Oh, word! I'm in my late 20s too, man.
Hey,
look at that. Hey. What's up? So we have, and we grew up in the Northeast, so we've probably seen 99% of the same shit, like in the world, into like terms of media and everything. You know, a lot of people have kind of been sucked into that, like you gotta grind, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and it's just like dude, if I see Gary V take a dump on one more person's garage sale, it's like, bro,
yes.
It's like, bro, like. My favorite saying from him is, you know, I didn't want to like, when I was grinding, you know, I didn't want to like I didn't want to showcase myself. Like I wanted to do it afterwards because no one would listen. It's like, yeah, like because you'd have no fans. Of course you waited. Your parents had a winery, and then you invested in social apps. It's like Gary, like you're right. No one would listen because no one cares about the guy who's like, oh, my band's gonna make it one day. No, they only care when they're touring with the fucking Rolling Stones. Like, yeah, you're right.
That's a fact. Yeah. Yes. That was so spooky because I thought it and you said it.
What did you think about Gary V?
With Gary V, because I remember having those similar reflections, like myself personally, of just being psychologically burnt out from the grind. Like I would just watch those videos, the grind. It's like, fuck, like there's only so much grinding I can do. Like I have to prioritize make sure my mind is right. I'm getting enough rest. I'm reading. I'm staying alert. And I'm feeling refreshed. Not just grind, work. I'm squeezing myself to a pulp. That's not realistic. That's not a fulfilling life. There needs to be balance. So yeah. When you brought that up, I was like, oh yeah. And also seeing other people's like YouTube videos, watching their reflections on it, of the grind culture.
Yeah, I've gotten recommended those recently. I haven't. I might have opened one or two, but dude, I was hooked on that shit at one point. I really was. You got to wake up at 5 a.m.
Yep.
And dude, the 5 a.m. one was always the number one thing. It's 5 a.m. It's like, okay, dude, I'm over here waking up at 5 a.m. I'm like the first person in a Target at 9 a.m. It's like, what am I succeeding at? I'm at Target alone. It's like, just because you wake up at 5 doesn't mean you're doing. You always got to make your bed. Make sure every time you get up, you make your bed. It's like, okay, like, yeah. Am I a billionaire yet? Like, this is awesome. Wow, cool. Whatever. Waking up at 5, make your bed. Those are the top things. You know what I think it also is? I think, you know how, when people say that the, what is it called? Like the lotteries, the tax on the poor. Probably like the new like gambling and sports gambling is probably the tax on the middle class, and then this whole grind lifestyle is like the tax on the upper middle class. It's just like the lottery is gonna just keep having people waste their money. Gambling's easily gonna have people waste their money. They're literally just throwing it away. And then this whole grind lifestyle where it's like, first off, I think the percentage of billionaires is 0.002%. So it's like, yeah, you might make it and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, but first off, there's a lot of people making that much money and they're living paycheck to paycheck. And second off, if you're just miserable, you think the people who are like have a yacht inside of a yacht are looking at you like, man, you're crushing it today. It's like, no, they're looking at you. It's like, hey, that's a semi bigger ant than the other ant right next to him. I need you on my shoulder. I need you to sing me sweet nothings every time I go to bed. This is awesome. This is great. It's like I have a studio audience. I fucking love this. Oh, man.
Yo, I love it. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, Jamie, what inspired you to have me on the show or reach out?
Well, yeah, the answer is I fucking was like, holy shit, I didn't know DMX had kids. I'm not going to lie and be like, yeah, man, I've been following you since you were like 10. It's like, dude, but it wasn't.
I like that.
It wasn't like just, oh no, this is DMX son. I saw a video of you talking to your dad about, I think it was his drug addiction he was dealing with.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep.
And it just looked so sincere.
Yes.
And that's and in my head I'm just like, oh shit. That's when I went, oh shit, I didn't know DMX had kids. And I looked you up and I was like, oh shit, man, this motherfucker has got a movie, he's got a book. And then like you're like taking video. Like, by the way, no one has taken more videos on Instagram than you, bro. Like,
hey, thank you.
Dude, like I thought Instagram was like a photo site. It's like, bro, it's all videos on that fucking thing. All of it. And I'm just like, God damn, bro, just fucking make a YouTube account or something. I don't got time for this shit. But it seems like you're really in tune with nature, man, which was cool.
Absolutely, 1,000%. Like, that's for a long time has been one of my places of just peace. Nature, the quiet. And that just came with getting back into my own mind, my own rhythm of who I was as a human, you know. So many times being around environments like school, like school, that felt like the most unnatural 12 years of my life, of just going into a place, an environment where I'm learning nothing, dick. Not inspired.
Dick. Health class, dick. Math class, dick. Social studies, huge cock.
And I was just like, when is this going to be over? Because I know what I'm passionate about, and I just want to breeze right through this. So yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time, though. Hilarious time. But
what, your time in school?
Oh yeah.
Did you go to college, or right when you were done with high school, that was it? Like, you were done?
You know, I did. I went to Westchester Community College, right? And I went. This was about 4 years after I had graduated high school. Like, I took time off. I was like, I don't want to. I didn't want to. I was like, I'm just gonna focus on music 24/7. This is what I'm gonna do. And I was like, you know what? After some time went past, I'm like, all right, you know, I'll give it a shot. I'll study music, whatever. I did not like it at all.
You didn't like studying music?
Nah. The way it was taught in the classroom. I will say this though, because I took an ear training course. The one thing that I did pick up was learning how to generate a 12 note scale from any note on the keyboard. So that one thing that still pays off today.
Wait, Xavier.
Right.
You're talking. Dude, you just told me there's like $30,000 worth of damage on my car. And it's like, bro, I barely know how to turn it on. Like, wait, what do you mean? I learned the what to hear the 12 note what? Like, can you elaborate on that, dude?
Yeah, definitely. So on any given, on the keyboard in blues music, American music, there's 12 notes in a scale, and each note, whether it's one of the black keys or one of the white keys, sharps or flats, you can generate an entire scale, a 12 note scale, whether it's major or minor, from that one note. And that was big. Yeah. So
from a key, so that one note, you can basically get 12 different sounds in a way from it.
Yep, that will all match with each other when played together.
Jesus, so basically, like, there's almost an infinity amount. I mean, not, but there's a huge amount of sound that can come once you start getting obviously more and more notes. That's insane, dude.
Absolutely. Oh yes, yes. You'll
break your fingers off.
You test.
I gotta get used to it because it's the same as like when someone claps, you know. So I'll get used to it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Gonna be having 0 notes in a couple minutes. That's crazy though, dude. I like, how the fuck's that even possible? You can get 12 different types of music from a single note.
Oh yeah. It's It really is amazing. Like I didn't even realize how deep and insightful music really was at that point. That particular lesson did open my eyes and my mind. I've been able to make so many songs really just from that one concept because a lot of times I would just get writer's block, melodic block. I'm like, I'm not thinking of anything.
It's a melanin block. I was like, well,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really, I'm struggling.
And then you just you put it all together, and it sounds very very natural. Yeah.
What was so what were they, or how were they teaching though, for the most part, the music class or classes that you didn't enjoy it?
It's a good question. We were in a group of about 12 of us, and sometimes he would write notes on the board, but a lot of the time it was him playing the grand piano in front of all of us, and then we would have to train our ears. Like we'll call it out. What note was this? Ding 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 ding. What was that? All right, let's make a scale from this. Then we wrote a lot too. We wrote it out on the music sheet.
Gotcha. So it was more just it's almost like in any kind of college class, like let's learn the definitions of stuff. Like that's,
yeah,
seems like that. You know what it is? I think just, I mean, this goes to show that like most college degrees are sadly just not needed.
Yeah.
They're just huge spends of money for like, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure, as cool as that note thing is, I'm sure you could find it somewhere like on YouTube to learn it.
Yes.
For $0.
Yeah, right. Like, and I'm sure we'll get into this too. Like the educational, like college system as a whole is just really a big business. Like YouTube, the amount I've been able to learn on YouTube,
the University of YouTube.
Oh my God. Like, wow. I mean, from house building, programming, plumbing, like just anything.
I installed a ceiling light because of YouTube.
Yes.
And I understand, like, anyone with a brain cell listening would be like, yeah, okay, that's cool until your house burns down. It's like true, but like you have to, you know what sucks? I think the worst thing about that, about YouTube removing the dislikes being shown to the public on the videos, the worst thing about that is the how-to videos.
Ooh.
Because like, if I went on a how-to video and I saw that it had a huge amount of dislikes, it's like, okay, I'm not, I'm going to go to a different how-to video. But now that that's gone, it's like, oof, oh geez, rolling the dice on this. Oh boy. Do I really want to put my hand in the blender? I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh God.
But yeah, no, dude, we can go into it now if you want about how, the college is, I'm almost annoyed at this point though. Like I'm annoyed at even me when I say how college is pointless. It's like, at this point, shouldn't everyone know? I feel like everyone should know this. It's like, dude, you're spending $300,000 to dance, like that there was no red flag at all, Sarah. Like you're putting on a tutu and you're 25 and you're spending $80,000 this semester. Like what? Like, come on.
He said, so you put on a tutu. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, that was good.
I feel like we should just all know, you know? You stop at a red light. You don't really yield at a yield. College is dumb unless you're being a lawyer or a doctor. Come on.
Oh my God. Oh. I agree. Oh. What are your thoughts slash experiences with psychedelic plants like marijuana, magic mushrooms, stuff like that?
I like the way you said magic mushrooms and that. I remember this other guy was like, "Oh, those cow shit things," because I didn't know, but apparently mushrooms, like the main psychedelic ones, they grow in cow shit. I had no idea.
Yup, some of them.
I've had mushrooms. I think I only had it once. I might have had it twice, but
oh wow.
We split up an okay amount of mushrooms between, I think, like 5 or 6 guys. And I didn't get like a psychedelic high. It was as if I was really, really high on weed. Like I remember going outside. It was dark out, and the street light was, illuminated. Like it was just like its own blue purple light, and it was like, oh, this is fucking cool, man. I actually fucked with my buddy.
Oh.
All right, let me tell you this quick story, man.
Yes.
So I get high on mushrooms with one of my closest friends. And shit, I'm trying to say like this dude's. All right, I'm not even gonna say names.
Okay.
But he brings his other friends, and one of them, I'm gonna say, let's say his name was let's say Devin. Let's say his name was Devin.
Okay.
That's a good name. So we're all getting high. We're all having a great talk and everything. So at one point, it's 5 or 6. I think it was 6, but one dude, he drove off. And I don't think I've ever seen this guy in my life. So he drove off on shrooms. He's gone. So he might have drove into the sun or something. So now 5 of us are in my boy's house, and it's just me and Devin. We're alone in the living room, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. And even though I'm on shrooms, I'm still wary. Like I said, it's not this like insane high, but I can tell he's a little higher than me. Maybe he ate more than me or something. So I start fucking with him, dude, which is I go, "Hey, bro, you know what I was thinking?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, today's the first day I ever met you. And he's looking at me, but like he looks like one of those like Tetris pieces where it's like crisscross crooked. And he's like, "All right." And I go, "Man, you're on shrooms right now. I may not even be fucking real." And he starts backing away into the couch and being like, yo man, don't. And like he's like off the ledge. Like I'm just like, and then like everyone else comes back in the room, and then it was like all normal. The lights went on, and like everyone like it's like his personality went like, oof. That was scary. That was free. But like, dude, I thought he was gonna jump. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, my views on my views on psychedelics I personally think as long as you're not doing any harm to someone else, do you, and what happens. It's your life. I try not to. I don't want to ever like stop someone from living their life unless they're really physically hurting someone else. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that stuff?
Absolutely. So it's been 2 things that have so weed and mushrooms have both been one of the things that has impacted my life in a very positive way. So weed first, it was funny because I was with my partner, girlfriend, for a long time, like for 4.5 years, and about a year in, I started smoking. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, don't be a loser! Like, what the hell?" And I was like, "Well, wait a minute." I had to check myself because all of my life I had very negative representations of weed, and I never did any authentic research for myself, for my own understanding. So I was like, all right, I challenged it, researched it, what the plant does, the benefits that it has for you. And I was just really surprised. I'm okay, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. And like, wow. It's the way it's opened pathways in my brain, like road maps and being able to access different memories, different wounds that I experienced, like in my earlier years, that I was able to, because it came to the surface, and I've heard other people's experiences where they didn't like that. They didn't like when, all of these thoughts and sensations were coming up. But me, I enjoyed it because I viewed it as an experience, as an opportunity to be confronted with a wound and to heal it, to move through it. So that's been extremely healing. And with mushrooms, I've only done it I think about 3 times. One time was with my longtime partner, again, the same person. And we went for a hike. We were outside, like it was just super exhilarating. We got home and we started to feel nauseous every time that we walked up to the door. And it was so strange because we didn't know what was going on. Like, wait, okay, so when we walk up to the house door, we feel nauseous, but when we go to the grass, we feel grounded again. And I mean, we came to the conclusion it was not natural to be indoors. That didn't feel right at that moment. And yeah, just really positive, really positive.
True.
Really positive.
Now, what were some of the wounds that, like, are there some that, like, what were some of the bigger ones that you kind of had to confront and everything when you were high?
Oh, definitely. Of just, yeah, I'm trying to see which one comes to my head. This one of them was, so around the summer of, I think it might have been 2018. So around the summer, there was a period of time where my mom had broke her her wrist and her ankle.
Damn.
Yeah, like she fell off this like scooter, and I was, I'm the oldest, so I was. There was a lot on me, like, to step up to help out because I have 3 other siblings, and I was dropping the ball a lot. Like I was extremely overwhelmed and not prepared, not prepared and not in my right mental state. And when, like, I was going through struggles with my dad, like that was coming up a lot at that particular time. And so fast forward a couple years later, I was just like high one day on weed. And this was like at 3, 4 in the morning, it just came to me. Like I just started crying. And I was reflecting to myself, like, why are you crying? And I was like, well, I felt so much shame and guilt for being for being a bad son. That's what I really felt like. I was a bad son for that particular moment in time because I had, dropped the ball so heavy. And I love my mom so much, love my family so much, so supportive, so nourishing. And yeah, I just felt like total dog shit about that. And when that moment happened and I was just crying and it was coming up, right afterwards, I just felt super cleansed. Like I felt like I weighed only a pound, I just felt so light, and liberated.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's,
Yeah.
I can imagine that feeling, just having the weight of the world just not only off your shoulders, off your whole fucking body.
Yes.
Why did you feel as if you were failing, with like you're being, I guess, a good son, or just trying to support everyone or whoever you were trying to support?
At that, it's a great question. At that time, because there are moments where, like, there was one day where, like, it had reached its boiling point of, not being helpful. There was one day where my mom, my two brothers, and my sister actually, they needed to go somewhere, and I was like, no, I'm not driving. I know mom's hurt. I'm not driving. And my mom ended up driving, and I was stayed home, and that was just like, I mean, looking back now, I can't even fathom doing something like that, because it's like your handicapped mom needs to go somewhere, needs to get something done, and you're making her drive, like what? So that
What was the reason that you said, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it? Like, why'd you say that?
Oh yeah, great question. Being selfish, I just said, nope, I'm not doing it. Because I don't feel like doing it. Like, and that was, yeah, that's purely it. No sugar, no salt. Yeah. And
I don't want to, so fuck it.
Right. And like, I look back now, and it's just like, whoa, the mind state and space that I was in. And, everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens without purpose, because I do remember that day in particular, my mom was like, we were just going back and forth. She was like, what the hell is going on? Like, you're just checked out. Like, this, we really needed you today. Like, you see the situation I'm in, like, you just deny it for nothing, because, you don't want to. So we got into it about that. And eventually what came up through that conversation, I started having this, like, really emotional, like, release, like, breakdown, like, release of, like, speaking about my dad, and opening up how I felt like he broke my heart, and that was something I had never admitted out loud to anyone, so with all of that madness going on, there was at least that clarity to be achieved. That was a huge burden lifted. And from that moment, actually, yeah, because I'm really reflecting on it now, from that moment, I really started to, my mindset and my heart set began to take a big shift. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
are you?
Yeah.
No.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking a lot. Like, oh shit. Like, oh man, where are my cliff notes? I didn't fucking write anything down. Are you open, like, if, talking about your dad and everything?
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely.
I don't want actually anything that you don't, because we're the same, we're like literally around the same age, and
yeah.
So, I can imagine how tough that would be. So, I mean, now your father passed because of, I think it was a cocaine induced heart attack, was it?
Heart attack, yeah, heart attack.
And because right now, the past like 10, 15 minutes, we've been talking about, weed and shrooms and like drugs and everything. Like, what was, again, the way I found out about you was that video, and like, you guys were literally talking about like his drug use, it seemed like, or at least just his role in the family also, and like his role with you as well. Like, what when you were first like just doing drugs at all, did you feel kind of weird, like, because in your mind, like, fuck, am I like doing the same thing that my father in a way was doing in the beginning of his stages, or did you see any parallels in that?
100%. Like, that would come to mind a lot, and it wasn't even until just doing the research and the information about the plants like weed, weed, it took me about a year to try it. You know, a year just doing the research. Mushrooms, I spent 2 years doing research on it before I tried it. So, oh yeah, I definitely would battle with those thoughts, and they sprinkle sometimes even now, but again, it gets pushed away because when I look at my intentions for, you know, whether I'm doing weed or not even really mushrooms. That's like, that's not something I even do recreationally. But weed. When I'm doing it, it's always with the intention of understanding myself deeper. Of, all right, after this, I'm gonna be creative, or whatever the case may be.
I love you, Vallejo. I just that's always the famous thing someone says, and then you just hear them ripping the biggest bong hit, and then it's like, yeah, okay, now we're going to Taco Bell, right? Like, come on, I'm just trying to open my mind, man. Okay, while you're eating a Chipotle burrito inside of an enchilada, inside of a chimichanga, like, okay.
You know what I've noticed too? Like, weed has opened me permanently to be the social person that I truly am. Like, I used to get in, like, when I was a kid, I used to get in my head a lot. And like, if I knew you, I'd be comfortable around you, but I wasn't. I'm talking to this person and that person and that person. But in my mind, I had the potential to be, but I was, again, just in my own head, in my own thoughts. And like, weed, it's fascinating because it's one of the most social things that I've ever done. Like, I've had some incredible conversations with a person just sharing a blunt, like someone I didn't even know like 20 minutes before, but we're like, oh, okay. And had like really transformative conversations. Like this one kid, this was so bizarre to me because I never even heard or saw him again. I went to my girlfriend's job and I was waiting for her, and this guy just happened to be outside. He had worked there too, but he was off. Young kid, he was like 19, from Hawaii. So we smoked one and just talking about life, just learning and being natural, like what it was like for him growing up on the islands and coming here. And after we smoked one, he just walked home barefoot, and I never even like I never
and I never saw from him. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead, Xavier. He died. Like, yeah, he stepped on a rusty nail. He hasn't had a tetanus shot since he was sick. He's gone, dude. It was so magical to see. Yeah, walk into an emergency room, fucking bleeding.
Yo, dude was super chill.
Yeah, he was. Was past tense. I mean, like there you go. WAS was. We always loved Gary. He was a free solo kind of guy. Then he jumped off a building with no parachute. It's like, yeah, everyone loves Gary until he splat. Yeah, weed is definitely now when you smoke it. What are you usually like? What are you doing? Like blunts, joints, bowls? Like what are you usually? I feel like such a fucking like. I just sounded like a 40-something-year-old health teacher. So how are you performing your marijuana? Like how do you do this?
A couple of ways. The bowl I enjoy, and eating it as well.
By the way,
yes.
that is the best. Like for someone who has asthma, it's like
yes.
Oh my god, something that used to annoy me so much. Yes. My past friends that like are were like just loved pot, straight potheads, like your typical like pot, like kids in the background of a Mac Miller music video, like just potheads. And they would talk about like, oh, it's good for you. Weed's like actually good for you. It's like, dude, no smoke that goes in your lungs is good for you. You can have smoke from a bonfire that's
right.
going in your lungs. So just eating it makes that's the tops. But I didn't like the bowls as much because, and geez, the last time I've smoked weed is probably has to be years now, like at least 2 years ago. But the bowls would pierce the back of my throat. It's a very straight line. Like that shit would be like, poof, that shit would hit me like a needle in the back of my throat.
Clean feed.
Oh, you like the clean? Yeah. Oh shit! I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted to ask then one more question at least about your dad, man.
Of course.
Like now that you know he's gone sadly, and I mean you're getting close to 30, man. Like, and I have friends who are over 30, and they're just like, dude, your whole life changes, man. Like, just that number for some reason. What is your perspective? Like, how do you see him now in your life?
That's a really good question. You know, I see him now. Well, okay. Well, let me say this. So before he passed, I'm extremely grateful that we were able to come to an understanding of each other's character, of peace in each other's character. You know, there was no animosity at all. Every time I saw him, I told him I loved him, and that's just what we did. And because I had reached a level of love, but also understanding, you know, I don't know how many years my father has, or even days, like, because that's just the life that he lived. We never knew. So now he's become this really mythical teacher, because, you know, with his body not here, his presence not here, all that's behind is the stories, the memories, the videos, his music, and getting an understanding, or attempting to get a deeper understanding of who his character was, his story was. Really that. It's interesting too, because, and I didn't even know this was possible, but me and my siblings and my mom, we were all talking the other day, and we feel his presence now more than ever. Like he's somehow like carrying on with us. Like it's this really this unreal feeling. Like I've never even experienced anything like it before. I mean, I've heard people speak about it who had lost a loved one, but I didn't know. You know, it's like when you're in it, it's something different. Very.
Sure. Yeah. You know, I've personally never lost like someone really close to me. I had, so I know eventually that's sadly coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has to be a intense feeling. That hole maybe in your gut at one point.
Oh yeah. Like when it first happened, I just accepted it. It was just like, oh, okay. Like, fuck, but okay, I understand. And it was even harder to watch everyone else in the denial of it, you know, when first, you know, getting that experience, like, yeah, he's gone. Like first hearing that news, and they're like, no, like, wait, I don't. I'm like, oh, like no, this is it. We must accept it. This is it. And that was really heavy. That was really heavy.
Did it feel weird that like it wasn't just you and your close family obviously reacting to your father's passing, but it was like also a huge chunk of like people the world, like literally like just like, and it's just like who the fuck are you strangers, like
oh yeah, like I mean, people were coming to our house, like dropping off flowers and food, and wow. I mean, which I'm certainly grateful for, but there's also that other line of it of like, damn, there's really no privacy to mourn and grieve, because every 5 minutes people are just pulling up, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. And then in the digital world, I didn't even go on my Instagram because
that's a good call.
Yeah, like the amount of, and I didn't go on till like about a year later. And I just saw hundreds of comments, messages. I'm like, okay, yeah, thank God I did not go on that, because I already knew the tsunami of like just support, like, which is good, but it's like when you're in it like that at that moment, you
had nightmares of Hallmark cards. Yeah. So like, we're here for you. Like, oh my God, like you're trapped in the sympathy aisle at Target.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it was. Trapped in the sympathy aisle. Oh wow. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy shit, man. I mean, what's it called? Is some part of you like, were there ever times where you're just like, fuck, man, I wish, because at the end of the day, dude, I found out about you because I was like, holy shit, like that's, I didn't know DMX had a son, and then I didn't know he had kids, and now you're on the podcast, I'm talking, but that's like, does part of you have any type of resentment to any of that, where it's just like, man, I really wish people like never like even thought about like my dad when talking to me. I wish someone just knew me 100% because they know me.
That's a great question. And if you were to ask me that question about 2 years ago, I would have said yes. I would have said yes. Now the growth that I have, I'm honored, when people say, oh yeah, that's DMX's son, that's Earl's son, or that's Tashura's son, that's their son. Like, I feel honor from that now, because it's perspective, it's mindset. I'm grateful for how I've been raised. I'm grateful for the messages that I've been able to receive from both of my parents. And that's really where I stand with that. I definitely used to be resentful of it. Oh, most definitely, but not anymore though.
Kind of like that feeling like I'm more than just, Earl Simmons' son. Like, I'm more than just that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it used to be crippling for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
dude. It was because it was this thought in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be, work so hard or do something that it's not comparable. It's like, no, like be grateful for where you come from, and you be grateful for, to be quite honestly, some of the privilege that you have, and some of the opportunity that you have. It's something to be grateful for, and you use that, leverage that to help others. Don't be conceited about it. Don't be self-absorbed about it. Use it as a tool to benefit your life and those around you. So, yeah, there's that.
You have to, like, please, you gotta humor me. You have to have like some favorite songs, right? From your dad, right? Come on, please don't be like, nah, I don't really listen. Come on, like, lie to me. Like, you gotta have like a couple where you're just like, yeah, that's some good stuff right there.
Yo, so I'll tell you, because it wasn't always the case, but the past few years, I really love How's It Going Down is one of them, and Let Me Fly.
Okay.
Let Me Fly. Yes, that's and What's My Name? Like, I'll play that when I'm getting amped. Yeah.
That's fucking, dude. Yeah. That is, like, I can't even think how cool that is. Like, you're about to go to the gym or you're about to go on a run. And, like, it's like you don't put on a fucking insane song to get you. Put on your dad's song that millions of people have heard. And it's just like, fuck yeah. Dude, how insane is that? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
That's saying, like, yo, my mom's meatballs are the best. It's like, yo, my mom's meatballs are the best. Like, let me tell you something about my mother's meat. Has your mother meatballs ever went gold and platinum? My mother's meatballs have gone gold and platinum. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh my God.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking insane, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
And as lame as it sounds, like that really warmed my heart. I was like, you know what? 2022 has been kind of tough so far, but like that shit, that's cool shit right there. Isn't there like a? Because I think I found this from your Instagram. Isn't there like an HBO something like an HBO going on?
Yes, there. Yup, there's a HBO documentary, and the family was a part of it. As well.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they did a great job.
Is it like old clips or like it's new footage from you and your family, and they interviewed you guys?
So, well, a little bit of both. But some of the old footage they started. Be
legally allowed to talk. I don't even know.
No. Yeah, you're right. No, I definitely can. So they started filming him when he got out of prison. I think that was January of 2019 or 2020. No, I think it was 2019. So they were following him for a year, I think a year and a half, and really just documenting his life. And they would come to the house. I got to meet the guys. It was small crew too, effective but small. Chris Frierson, and they kept. I really enjoyed what they did. You know, there were more clips, more footage, but the way they pieced everything together was well done.
Okay, and is it a series or just one shot? You know, like. It's just a one episode documentary.
Oh yeah, it's a one-off.
Okay, good. I miss those.
Yes,
in this generation where everything has to be a series. I miss just give me my 90 minutes. It's an hour. It's a 90 minutes. That's all I need. I don't need to binge watch anything.
Right.
Fuck, man. Like, God, let me just watch a goddamn show. Christ almighty. What happened? Oh, hey, man. Wait, what the fuck happened? What happened? Like, I don't get it. I get it. The more content, the more money in everyone's pocket. But, like, dude, it's like, dude, people, there used to be, I don't know if you know this, there used to be this job profession, Xavier, called editors. And they used to edit out all the shit that didn't belong in the final cut of the film. They don't do that anymore. They're just like, all right, let's fire those guys. That's a waste of money. And let's just keep all the shit shots like a Starbucks cup in the final fucking season. And we'll just have that. We'll just have that in like for 10 hours. It's like, oh my God, dude. I'm not wrong. There's no way I'm wrong on this.
This is a very refreshing take, I must say. I must say.
That I hate series.
Thank you.
I just miss and now, dude, I can't even go to the movies now.
Yes.
And I used to go to the movies when I was younger. And you know this, you used to go to movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You used to go to the movies, the movie would end, the credits would roll, and every fucking person got up from their seat because the movie was over. But now I get up from my seat and I got people looking at me like I got 18 heads. It's like, bro, the whole reason we paid for tickets is to watch the 30-second end credit scene. It's like, no, that's not why I paid for a ticket. I paid for a ticket to watch 2 hours of a movie, and now I'm walking out of this fucking theater. It's just, oh man, dude, fuck. God, holy shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm the asshole, but fuck, dude. I can't do it.
Oh my God, that's great. This is great. Yo, this is gold.
But do you feel me a little bit? Like, yeah, I hear you on that.
Like only some movies, I feel like personally it fits, like some of the Marvel movies. But other than that, though, I have seen when there's movies where they're adding the 30-second end credits. It's like, wait, come on. This is a rom-com. Like, really? Like, just cut the shit. It's done. Go home. Like, there is no, we're not going to be looking at fan theories after this. Like, just stop. Just stop. Yeah. Yeah.
They should have had end credits for like Shawshank Redemption and the Green Mile, like Andy Dufresne's in cuffs when he's 80, just like, well, it turns out Red really wasn't my friend, and like Red's smoking a cigar on a boat. Like, that's how movies end now. That's how movies end. It's just so fucking stupid, dude. I can't. And they have end credits for the Green Mile. Like they go into more depth about how Tom Hanks' character couldn't pee in that movie for like 2 seconds. Like, oh yeah, I really wanted to know more about that in this 4-hour episodic thing or whatever. Like, Jesus. One thing I love about the Green Mile, I don't know, have you seen the Green Mile?
Not in a long time.
It's a great movie though, right? Like, it just one of the things.
I remember that. Yeah.
Go
continue.
ahead.
No, just like vaguely the storyline, the impact of the prisoner and the officer, but vaguely.
Oh,
what
true.
were you gonna say?
Mm-hmm. One of the things I always remember from that movie, actually, it has one of the best, in my opinion, like horror scenes in the movie when the guy's getting electrocuted without the water. Like, that's a crazy scene. But that character, the one that gets electrocuted, every time I see him, I'm always like, that's the bad guy from Air Bud. Every time I see him, it's like, that's the bad guy from the original Air Bud right there. He's the clown. He's a great actor, but I can never that's the guy from Air Bud.
I totally know what you mean. Like, there's some actors where whatever your first introduction to them was, that's who they'll always be in your head. Always.
100%. Like the black kid from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah. Yes.
He's the kid. He's Chris Rock from Everyone Hates Chris. Like, that's him. Like, that's who I always see him as. You have to. Your level of talent has to be really, really good to like go over that.
What's another one? That was a good one.
Oh, dude, I can do this all day. Yeah. Yes. What is another one? That's good. That's a good question. Carlton.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, that's a very good one.
Do you even know his name?
No.
There
actually.
you go. There you go.
No. Right. Nope. Roberto.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, is it Alfonso?
Alfonso something.
Yeah, right. Something.
I'm just agreeing with every name you put out there. David. Yes. David, Alfonso, Roberto, Alvarez. Rush. Cast. Alfonso Ribeiro. What the? Ribeiro? Whatever. You know who I had a crush on that show?
Who's that?
Hillary.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes. Well done, Jamie.
It's the curly hair. I got to think for curly hair.
Oh, same.
Right?
Yes.
Missed me with that straight shit. Like, I don't want. What am I going to do with that?
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, she had curls. She was cool. Remember the episode where the guy who's the news anchor, he dies on TV?
I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, like it was her. I think Trevor was his name. Her boyfriend, who was like the weatherman. Remember, her boyfriend was. Oh wait, or was she the weather girl and he was the news anchor? I forget. But then he like falls to his death, and the TV gets all glitchy, and they're just like, oh boy. You don't remember that one?
No, I really don't.
Shit. Yeah, no, that was I think that was later in the show. That was when they had the second mom, I think.
Oh. Okay. Cuz I've only like my cultural references are well enough that I can keep up with the show, but not tuned in enough that I can recall every episode.
Yeah. My ex, she would say, it's like, if only you used your knowledge for good. Like, I know so much about old TV shows, but you tell me like who the fourth president was, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Sorry. There's South Park episodes. If you gave me the first sentence to the episode, I could probably recite the whole episode 80 to 90% accuracy. I'm not even like trying to be like
that is impressive.
That weird guy. Like I don't know. I've seen episodes maybe 40, 50 times. It's fucking crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yo, that was one of my dad's favorite shows too.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
South Park. Oh yes, we had the VHS tapes.
What?
We had the DVDs. Oh yes.
Did you guys have the VHS movie?
Yup. I
Bro,
fucking loved it.
Bro, my mom, we were at a Pathmark. I don't know if you remember what Pathmark was.
Oh, yeah.
But there was like a little end cap shelf stacker of VHS copies of this movie. And I'm just like, Mom, can I get it? And she's just like, yeah, what? Like, she had no idea. I was a kid. I had to be maybe like 7, 8 years old or something, and I'm watching this shit. I'm watching Kenny go to heaven and looking at all this 2-dimensional tits, and I'm like, this is my life. This is great. You're telling me your dad had? You're telling me the DMX had VHS copies of South Park?
Classic, yes.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. In fact, awesome. It was a family event. Like when a new episode would come out, we would watch it all together in the living room.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's like that's the cool. Out of all the things I've heard about your dad, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard about anyone's father. Like, oh yeah, gather around, kids. It's 10 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's South Park time on Comedy Central. Holy shit, man.
Oh man.
Do you have any favorite episodes or any episodes that come to your head?
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. I'm trying to remember which episode number it was. Okay, you know what? I think it was. Now I don't remember the season, but it was one of the earlier seasons. It might have been maybe 4 or 5. And what happened was, what happened? Kenny kept getting reresurrected, but
Kenny kept getting resurrected. Well, I mean,
because that happened almost.
Now, if
every
it's season
episode.
4, first several episodes had the number 2000 in it. Let's see, South Park, Kenny, getting resurrected. Yeah, this is what the listeners want. It's not. You're not. Well, no, it's not Coon and Friends, right?
Nah,
because that was the okay.
Damn, I don't remember the plot line. I would always watch it too.
Was it a kids episode or was it like the adults and the townspeople? What kind of episode was it?
Okay, so what definitely keeps coming back to me is it was in episode 10. Now I'm trying to remember which season.
Okay, South Park season 4 episode.
And it was definitely a graphic episode.
Oh, no, not this. This isn't probably the one where Cartman starts like he's basically a preacher and so he can get money from the kids. Let's see, season 5, episode 10. How to Eat Your Butt? No, even though that's a great fucking episode.
How to Eat Your Butt?
Yeah, Ben Affleck. He does have, what was it? AS something ass face or what? I got the exact disease it was called.
I wonder if it was season 3. Let me see. South
Dude, this is gonna drive
Park.
me nuts.
Park season 3.
Korn's Groovy Pirate Ghost Mystery? No, Kenny actually has the outfit where it's the fucking RoboCop.
Oh,
God, that costume sucks, Kenny.
let's
Season 2 is Chicken Pot. Definitely an episode.
Chicken pox. That sounds familiar.
Well, Chicken Pox is the one where Kenny has chicken pox, and that's the Ookie Mouth episode. It's one of the best. I can't do it. I can't. Kenny, he can't spit in my mouth, and I say Ookie Mouth. I just can't do it. Well, keep trying, Boobaloo. I butchered that line, but I fucking love. I just love the chamomile. I always forget how to say that word. The lotion, because it reminds me of my the steroid creams I would use for my eczema. It's just like the doctor's like, just put a little bit on it. I'm over here like, I'm just basking in it. Bebe's boobs destroyed. It's definitely not that. See, now I'm in season. Grey Dawn, definitely not that great.
What was that storyline? Let's see.
What was Cartman doing?
Yeah, because Cartman, I do remember Cartman having a big role. He was funny as fuck. Let's see.
This is like this is gonna be like this is it. Like this is my life figuring out this.
Yes.
I had to join you. Yeah. My buddy gave me his HBO Max subscription. Ooh. So now I'm watching South Park. Wait, no, South Park is Hulu, right?
Oh, I didn't even know they had it on Hulu.
Okay, then maybe it is. You know what? I think it used to be. Yeah. It used to be Hulu. It's now HBO. I've been watching South Park, and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The thing is, I told myself today, actually, legit, and this is someone who I was literally talking shit about series before. I told myself, I'm like, you know what? South Park, I've seen like every fucking episode a million times, except for episodes 200, 201, and maybe a couple other. There's a lot of episodes of It's Always Sunny I've never seen. I'm gonna go from episode 1, season 1, and I'm gonna just rewatch them all.
Wow.
I'm gonna finally do something like. Really, that's gonna be my life. That's a sad life.
Oh shit.
Season 9 episode. All right, what's another episode while I try?
The Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo.
Oh yeah, the original one.
Yep.
That was the first episode. Could be wrong. That Kenny doesn't die at the end.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The big colorful letters pop up above his head that say the end, and he just starts like cheering. He's like, he's so happy. Dude, that was adorable. I think that's season 2 also, which was a weird season for them because I think that's
interesting.
When the creators were doing basketball, they weren't like, it seemed like they weren't 100% in terms of writing creative personalities into the show. You want to know one of my favorite episodes? And they actually,
yes.
And Matt and Trey and like the writers and stuff, they talk about how much it's one of their least, if not least favorite episodes. And I love this episode. And people don't like, people who are fans of South Park don't like this episode either. The majority of them.
Wow.
It's an episode called Chef Goes Nanners.
Chef Goes Nanners.
If you remember, there was an episode where the town flag, there was like Jimbo and a lot of people wanted the town flag for South Park to stay the same because it was part of history. And Chef is like, no, you got to change the fucking flag because it's racist. I mean, if you remember the flag, it was literally a stick figure of a black guy being hung by white people. And Jimbo's like, what do you see offensive about it? It's one of my and then the side story is Wendy being attracted to Cartman.
Ooh.
I I love it. I thought it hit all the nails on the head with an episode. Like, it was funny. It had an A and a B story. It had I learned something today at the end of the show. And dude, one of the most honest things I ever heard in a show was when Jimbo and Ned decide to infiltrate the KKK, and they go to them. It's like, guys, listen, we have to realize that the majority of the world hates us, right? Like, yeah, right. So whatever side we're going to be on is probably the side that's going to lose, right? Yeah. So why don't we go on the other side and make them look bad? She's like, that's a good idea, brother. It was, I loved it. I loved that whole setup.
I liked why you said you liked it too. The A and B story got really detailed.
Yeah, because they were really, especially in the earlier seasons, they were like they used to do A, B, and C stories. Like, and it was really. Now that I'm older, I see like how hard that must have been for a show that really only had 23 minutes of airtime.
Because back then you got commercials that are about 8 minutes.
Yeah, so it's not really 30 minutes. It's like 21 to 23 minutes of a story. So to not only jam an A, but a B, sometimes a C story in there, it's like, God damn, dude. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
And it's done in a way where it doesn't feel cramped.
Yeah, I mean,
sometimes.
So yeah, sometimes you don't even think about it when you're watching the show in a way. Yeah, I can talk about South Park forever. I just always loved that show.
Like, this conversation right now is inspiring me to go on HBO Max and just look through the entire catalog of it.
Dude, when you find the other episode you were talking about, DM me that.
Yes.
Because then I'll be like, oh, I remember that episode. But yeah. Definitely watch Chef Goes Nanos. Give me your thoughts on that, because there are a lot of people who say the same thing. It's like it just wasn't a good episode, and I'm over here like, I guess I'm the minority in the group. It's literally one of my favorite episodes. Here, hold on. Chef Goes is season 4, episode 7. So, dude, when it comes to playing music and everything, man, like, what are your favorite instruments now? Is it guitar? Great question.
Guitar and piano. Yeah. Okay. Like, lately I've been playing on the keyboard, but in a way, like, I use a lot of plugins, like a plugin that makes your piano sound like a cello or sound like a upright bass, like those kinds of things. I've been really exploring that because the guitar in its natural form, just, quite frankly, I got kind of bored of it. When you
definitely say like, and it's not like an acoustic, or just, what do you mean by that? It's natural form.
So, yeah, great question. So, clarification. In its natural form, like holding the body, whether that be an acoustic one or an electric one. I mainly just play guitar now, at least right for now, through the keyboard. And I have various different guitars, like, that I just don't have in my natural environment, like a 1937 Gibson guitar, acoustic, a worn out Telecaster legacy series, like from, looks like it's like 90, 99, just really out there instruments, and it's all in a plugin.
Damn, man. Who are some of your? Do you have any favorite guitarists off the top of your head? Because I know what's his name was in the news for a little bit. Neil Young, because of the whole Spotify thing. But for whatever, like, your thoughts are on him or whatever, I loved his fucking music. I mean, he was oh my God, he was a great guitar player and songwriter.
Most definitely. Like this is, gonna sound super, super basic, but I've only made my way as far as to his popular hits, at least for now. Like Old Man, Take a Look at My Life.
Yeah, and
definitely.
Ohio with Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Come on. And his playing, like that's what always.
Heart of Gold. I got you.
Heart of Gold.
I looked it up. I was like, I know he's gonna bite his tongue if he doesn't remember this.
Yes.
Down by the River is a good song too. Really good song.
Thank you. BB King, I love. Lightning Hopkins.
Who's Lightning Hopkins?
Yeah, he can play.
Hopkins. Oh, these are old. So because when you said BB King, I'm like, oh, that guy's old.
Yeah.
Lightning Hopkins. Oh, that guy's old. I just realized how that sounded. Yeah. All of a sudden, Chuck Berry, and then the next guy's like just wave in the water. It's like, oh Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know your stuff.
I don't know about all that.
Wade in the water.
I just knew how. I knew that one thing for that stupid joke I just said. That's all I know. Lightning Hopkins. I've never heard of it. Now, was he solo or was he part of a group or a band?
Yup, he was solo.
Okay.
He was solo.
That's a cool, if he was a cornerback in the NFL, that'd be an awesome name. Lightning Hopkins.
I could see that. Actually. I could see that. Lightning Hopkins.
What about Les Claypool? You ever listen to any of his stuff?
That's a new name.
Ever listen to Primus?
Primus. That sounds familiar. Primus. Is that a group?
Yeah, they have they actually, Les Claypool did the theme song for South Park.
Les Claypool.
I think you would probably know 2 or 3 of their top songs if you heard them.
What? Okay, so I just looked it up just now.
It's rock music. You ever play Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you'll know one of their songs from Tony Hawk. Oh, Jerry was a race car driver. I think that's one of the songs.
Jerry was a race car driver. Okay. Jerry was a race car.
Let's see, which one was that in? Oh, the first Tony Hawk. Yeah, if you ever had a PlayStation 1 and you played the original Tony Hawk, you definitely remember the song.
Let's see. Oh. Nah, man, this has been all good, honestly.
Yeah, this was a really cool fucking episode, man.
Yes, man.
I just realized something though, and you're gonna hate it.
What's that?
The last 3 to 4 minutes, I accidentally clicked the pause button.
You know what? That's actually not too bad. I thought you were gonna say the past 30 minutes you pushed the pause button.
No, dude, it was an accident that I clicked the pause button. I didn't mean to. I just realized I looked down and I saw this yellow thing and I'm like, that's not red. It's supposed to be red for recording. Oh, jeez. It would have been way worse if the whole thing wasn't recorded. But really, the only thing people missed out on was us being not knowing what the string or the bow was for a violin.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, man, dude! I don't know about you, but if down the road, if you ever have free time, I definitely want you to be on another episode.
Yes, man. I agree. I will, and I would love to. Like this conversation that we just had. It's been natural. It's been medicine, really, because we've been laughing the entire time. The entire time. Like anytime you get a connection like that, you hold on to it. Yeah, Definitely, man.
Yeah, but this is that part where then you tell me it's like, all right. So, anyways, my cult leader, he's really cool, dude. And I'm telling you, castration, it's not as bad as what you think. Surprise, motherfucker! I'm really not Xavier Simmons. Like that's what's
the body snatchers.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you ever see that Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
Oh, yeah, classic.
I gotta rewatch that. I've never seen the whole movie. I've only seen probably famous clips of the movie. Oh, actually, shit, fuck, man. No, all right, hold on. Can you stay on a little longer?
Yeah, definitely.
One of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
favorite. I don't know if you like old time thriller or suspense movies, but
yes,
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Ooh,
one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. I love that movie. It is a perfect movie.
Ooh, how so?
You never seen it?
Oh, I have, but I like hearing your analysis of it.
That's cool. Yeah, cool. I feel like the shoe's on the other foot now. Because it's, first off, most horror movies are they're ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Blah blah blah.
Oh, I agree. Mm-hmm.
This was just, it's a movie that's filmed in supposedly supposed to be like an Arctic climate. I think they're in the Arctic. One thing that horror movies are really bad at are usually near the end or the climax, the external like monster or whatever becomes like attainable, becomes physical. I remember a few years ago, I think I saw a movie, The Nun, and it was never that good. It wasn't that good the whole time. But then at one point, like, she's getting into a fist fight with this like demon. It's like, dude, like, what are we now? It's not like, I get scared like that when I go to the ATM. Like, this isn't, you know what I mean? This isn't scary anymore. Where The Thing is just, it's more of a mental fuck, and it stays that way. Even though like the being, you see it sometimes, you see it transforming and everything, but anyone could be that being, and you really don't know what the true ending of the movie is. You don't know whether it was I think Childs and who was Kurt Russell's character? I forget his name, but his character and Childs, you never know, like, are both of them like, or is one of them the monster? Is neither of them the monster? Mm-hmm. Someone had a good like fan fiction where Kurt Russell's character was actually like had gasoline or fuel in the cup he gives to Childs, and then when he drinks it, that's when Kurt Russell realizes, okay, then he's the monster, because that's really not whiskey in that glass.
That's clever.
Oh, and then to just get a little bit into detail, dude, the fucking the artwork of the creature, when the guy's head rips off from like the table and starts walking around, I'm like, this is amazing. This is 1982. This is amazing, dude.
Yes. Like it just as you said it, I had the visual in my mind of the head walking around, the mouth open, like,
oh my god, yes, and then they burn it, dude. The fire, like, how cool is that? And also the characters too. It was an amazing. The cast worked great together, and the characters acted real. You know, they acted like what you would probably act in a fairly in that kind of situation. You wouldn't just do like some dumb shit that led to the next plot point.
I agree. Well said.
You're over here like, I need a cigarette.
Oh, that's where I draw the line. Yeah, no cigarettes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nah.
Have you ever tried cigarettes before?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
That's surprising.
That's a hard no for that. I remember early on, it's really just coming to me as we're speaking about it. I was like maybe 13, 14. There's this girl that I kissed. And I'll just say her first name and not her last name, Katie, right? And she smelled like pack of cigarettes. Like
it was like an old Batman symbol went above your head, like pack.
And I was so grossed out. I was like, never again,
Never
ever. Oh,
yeah. You know what the opposite with me is? You pause, pack. Sound like an 80-year-old choking on his dentures. I'm the opposite, where I like the smell of cigarettes. I like some like gasoline, cigarettes. Like there's some
gasoline. Yes, I agree.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I like the smell of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do people hate gasoline so much? It makes your cars go room. It smells good. I don't. Maybe the planet's going. But we'll deal. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And you know how we'll cross that bridge? In our cars fueled with gas.
Yo, actually, probably, like more than likely, like as aggressive as the push is being made for electric cars. I mean, shit, I have an electric car, but as the aggressive as the push is being made, gas cars are not going anywhere for a very long time.
What?
And they have their benefits.
You said they had their benefits?
Yeah, like if you're ever in a pinch, I mean, you can always go to a gas station, throw in a quick 20, and 5 minutes you're good. You can get where you need to go.
Oh, dude, I went on a trip with my buddy.
Yeah,
and he had I don't know what electric car do you have, real quick?
The Chevy Bolt.
The Volt with a V or Bolt?
Bolt. Yeah, B.
Oh, which one was there was a Volt. I forget which one.
Yep, you're right too. You're definitely right. There was one. I did see that one.
Was it Chevy?
Let me just double check. Chevy Volt. Yep, this is the one I was thinking about.
By the way, anyone who's listening still, if you made it this far, this is what you missed the 5 minutes I accidentally paused. Really? Searching stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The 2015 Chevrolet Volt. Okay. It was the Volt. Remember that shit. But I don't know what that car charging like is, but I went on a trip and my boy had a Tesla, man. And I'm not stupid. I understand eventually the charging will get faster and the technology will progress. I'm not like trying, but dude, right now, fuck, man, dude, like we were stopped, and it's like the stopping didn't annoy me. It's okay. Well, we're gonna wait till it charges up, so it's gonna be around 30-40 minutes. 30-40 minutes? Like what? Are you kidding me? Come on, my tank is all. It would have been filled. I don't care about the C-dubs. Let's fucking go, man. 30-40 minutes, he says. I should have walked home. I should have walked home the whole way. Like, fuck this.
And how about that's on the faster end of it? There's stations out there where, I mean, 30-40 minutes, it sounds like he was going to the supercharging station where it'll give you like full charge.
It was the ones where there's like 8 or 10 of these things. Dude, there's 8 or 10 of these things. And he goes, I'm going to make sure to park far away from this guy. And in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, that's always cool. Like I never like to park next to someone too in a parking lot. He's like, no. Some of these, they work on the same like grid or whatever. So if you park far away, this one might be on a different like grid. So the charging will go faster, because if you're on the same one as the other one, it'll go slower. And I'm over here like, bro, I would grab like hedge clippers and just start fucking cutting everybody's cord. Are you out of your? I have to wait longer because a bunch of people had to charge their car today. You're high as a kite. High as a kite. Not in a million years. Can't do it. I can't do it. Cannot do it.
I feel your passion.
Dude, he went for, and he wasn't lying. He went for, it was like, I don't know what the exact term was, but he saw how it was charging. And it was saying like it's charging at like 210 kilowatts per hour, per second, whatever it was. Let's just say per second. Yeah. And then a woman came by, parked 3 stations away, started charging her car, and he's like, see, look. And it went down to like 170. And I'm just like, do you want me to kill this bitch right now? I'll kill her. I'll stab her in her sleep. I don't even. I want to get to my destination 5 minutes earlier. I'll go to prison. I'm tired. Let's go. The one thing I liked about the car, though, was the fact that, I mean, Tesla, I guess, in a way, is a sports car as well.
That's true.
But for a sports car, very comfortable. Very, very, like a lot of sports cars for a long time were never comfortable. They were so rigid. But as a passenger with the seat going all the way back, it was nice.
Okay. Which model was it? Were you guys riding in?
I think he had like
because they're really all comfortable.
He had like the most basic model, man. He was even telling me how. So like Tesla, when you get a Tesla, the custom colors are an extra $1,000, and custom colors are like blue and red. Yeah, like colors that you would think would be for any other color. It's like, no, those are custom. It's Tesla has really followed the Steve Jobs iPhone model. When it comes to the car industry, like you can do very little to it. There's very little customization and all that, but here it is. It's awesome, and you'll probably need a new one a few years from now.
That's really how it is too.
Tesla custom color.
When you said the custom colors, I thought you were talking about. I mean, I don't know how like true this is.
Yellow or something like that.
Because I saw a YouTube video. Someone was customizing. They were creating their color in their tablet dashboard screen in the car. And then the car changed colors from the dashboard. I was like, what? Right.
What?
Right.
No. What? Wait a minute. Color changing Tesla. Get the fuck.
I was like, this can't be real. Unless it is.
Well, there's that's that old school color change in that like greenish purple orange color changes when you walk around the car. I'll look into that later on, but if that's real, dude, that's fucking insane. That's insane for any car. I don't give a fuck what kind of car it is. You know what annoys me though, man?
What's that?
And I like listening to Elon Musk. He's really interesting to listen to.
Yes.
But it blows my mind the people who treat him as if he's Jesus Christ. I used to tell my old co-host, it's like he's literally a used car salesman. Like it's like the most untrustworthy person, and like he's one red tie away from you never trusting him again. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I love listening to him, but like, you think there's not a method to his madness?
Come on.
He goes on Joe Rogan's pod. It's like, yeah, because it's fucking amazing advertisement to the people he's trying to sell his shit to. Like, yeah, I'd go on there too. Are you kidding me? Wow, who listens to the Joe Rogan podcast? A fair share of young impressionable men. Huh. I wonder what kind of young impressionable business savvy men, what kind of car they'd want to buy. Oh, I know. Come on, man. It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, maybe I'm just talking. I mean, the podcast has gone so long. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I really do believe that.
It's so true. Like, people don't. Like you said, he's fascinating to listen to and charismatic in his own right. That it really goes over most people's heads. Like, they're not even really aware of what his intentions may be, or even questioning his intentions. And his reasoning, really.
Yeah, because I get impressionable a lot.
Mhm.
Someone told me, it's like, dude, you're just so, and it's like, I don't know. So I remember he had a quote on JRE, and it was the most typical rich person quote. And the second I heard it, I'm like, okay. Now I get it. He was talking about how, like, material objects and, materials owning you, and like he's thinking about getting rid of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people in the comments on this video clip were like, oh my God, he's so down there. It's like, guys, he's literally the richest person on record, at least, in the world. Like, you can't make that up. He's not top 10. All right. This isn't Peyton Manning. It's literally Tom Brady of rich people. And you guys are acting as if, like, yeah, man, he's just like, he just wants to have a Yingling with me and, talk at the, but no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. God, come on, man. It sucks because I love listening to him too. When sometimes people who are fans of things ruin the actual thing for me that they're a fan of. It gets like I start equating that person with the people who are like idol worship, and I always think idol worship is a really negative thing, man.
Wow, that's really just hit it on the head. Because I've had experiences where, like, Coldplay was one of them. Like, I don't even really listen. Yeah, I don't really listen to. Yeah.
I thought I was the white guy on this podcast.
Hey, Coldplay, they make some good stuff, man. And like, well, they used to. I mean, personally, they used to.
That was like middle school, early high school, I think, right? Coldplay.
Yep. That was, yeah, actually, yeah, right around that same time. I got wind to them around, it was about like the middle of high school, like late 10th grade, early junior year.
Junior prom.
Yeah, skip that shit.
Missed me with that shit. But what were you saying? What were you saying though about Coldplay?
Oh, right. So yeah, like after a while I just faded out from their music and the fan base that they had, because it just started looking like the same copy and paste person. And I didn't enjoy it anymore. I didn't enjoy it.
I could have told you that was gonna happen, my man. Come on. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but like I was always not a fan of their music, but I've been realizing something about myself recently. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I would sometimes purposely, and I still do this, I have to get better at this. I will purposely be a contrarian and be someone who doesn't like what the majority likes. And it would basically be cutting off my nose to spite my own face. Where it's like, dude, like, there would be things where I probably would like them, or I probably do like them, but I want to show like how like I don't like them. Oh man, you guys are all fools, kind of thing. And it's just like, dude, like it's okay. Like you can still be a contrarian with other things. Like you can still be, and it's okay to like things that the majority of people like.
Yes,
there's nothing wrong with that. You be you, be happy with yourself. Even if yourself's, a basic bitch. It's all right.
I relate to that though. Like, cause there's been a few times where, I mean, really, like you said, I would try to say, I don't like that, or just totally not give it any shot, any chance, just because majority of people liked it. And really, it changed when I really started to look at it differently and assess it differently and just say, okay, people like it. A lot of people like it for a reason. Now, sometimes that's a really good thing, and sometimes it's a very bad thing. But you decide for yourself, really. Just decide for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets. Now that I'm older, man, it's just, and it's funny. Like I feel like I'm 90. I don't know. It's something about being in my late 20s where I just feel like, ah, man, I'm getting old, man. I don't know if you're falling into this. I don't understand things anymore. I literally TikToks and YouTube shorts and all. I'm the old guy. I'll watch an 8-second video. That's clearly, I'm still young enough to know this was supposed to be a comedy video. And I'll watch it, it'll end, and I'll just be like, I'm not saying it was bad. I don't know what the fuck I just saw. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying the generation after me is bad or worse or anything, like better or good. I just don't know. And that makes me scared.
So, like, to piggyback on that, my sister, she's 16, and
perfect.
Yeah, she swallowed into TikTok, and she'll show me videos, and sometimes it's genuinely funny, but there's also an equal share of times where I'll just say, like, look, Praise, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Why is this funny? And then, like, she'll explain it, and I'll say, man, I still don't get it, but
the second you have to explain the joke, it's like, that's it. It's not landing, dude. That's when you have to become like an old 80-year-old and be like, oh, okay, let's move on to another conversation. How's school?
I catch myself in those moments more and more often now. Yeah.
Oh, dude, so often. And it's like YouTube is fucking with me. It's like they're telling me we don't want you on our site, old man, because they keep recommending me all these videos. I keep getting recommended these weird videos, dude, where it's like 30-second black and white cartoons of girls with big tits. And I'm just like, why am I even getting, like, what? Like, yeah, I'll watch it, but like, what the? I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god!
And it makes me realize just how every generation is just, we're all the same. It's just it's the same present that's in the box. Just every package has a different wrapping paper.
Well said.
All the things that my parents would say is starting to make sense, and then the people that are like, say, like your sis 16 or what, all of them are gonna hear us. Yes. And in that way have that mindset of like, you don't get it, or no, they're going to just repeat the same thing we said at that age, and then they'll be our age and they'll say the same stuff we're saying now. It's just perpetual. It just keeps fucking going and going.
Like, I was looking at like this culture analysis video, and really hits on the head of what you were just saying. Like, there used to be a point in time where, how do I put it? You know, like everyone's growing up all at once, at the same time. Like, everyone's watching the same movies, the same TV shows, the same social media apps. And it's really bizarre. It's helpful at the same time, I guess, because, you know, we're all learning the same things at the same time and being exposed to it. But it's also like, when do we have the time to catch up with all of it? Because we live in a 24/7, all year round information cycle. Like, there is no more, okay, it's done after 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. No, the world is always on. It's always spinning. Information, clips. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I guess, what are my thoughts on that, or just crazy that it's happening overall?
Yeah, it's wild that it's happening overall, to piggyback on what you were saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's, it's so weird. You know what it is? Right. I think the main thing with so much Just like you said, 24/7 is like the key thing, because there's nothing in this world has to be 24/7.
That's right.
And I love sports, but 24/7 sports channels, it's just like nothing. No, first off, it's dude, like the main thing that's happening in February, right? In the month of like was say like Juwan Howard in Michigan. It's like no one needs to talk about this for 6 straight days. Like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was, I gotta admit, it was kind of cool. No one really pays attention to Michigan's men's basketball in the month of fucking February. All right, suspension, not suspension, whatever. Let's move on. There's no need to have like a 5-hour show on that. But there's, you know what's really fucked me up, and this is another thing I want to get better at though, is that there's so much information, and there's so many people telling people information.
Ooh.
And I don't know whether it's just because of the way the world is now on the internet, or if, you know, this was how it was back in the day, just different means or whatever. But I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore. I don't know what's real anymore, dude. I really, and I know that's like, oh man, it's past the blunt, but like, I really don't.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, so, that's.
And my level of care is gone. Like, I had the guest before you, he was a dude. He wasn't saying he believes. He says that he knows the Earth is flat, right? So we talked about that, and I was just telling him. I told him a few times, and I was just like, dude, I'm at a point where I don't care whether the Earth's flat, because I've been everyone's saying something, and I'm over here like, I don't give a fuck. Just get me from New York to Cali in 6 hours, and whatever.
Yes, like. Yo, I get it, man. I get it. Like there was so Facebook had made this big announcement, and a lot of people slept on it. This was like sometime last year, and they said information and truth is subjective, that they will not be monitoring truth on their platform. Everyone will have to decide for themselves what is right, what is true. And like on national television. So it's like the times that we're in now, you really have to decide for yourself what is true for you. Because like you said, there's so many sources out there.
Like
which part?
A platform like Facebook, you know, saying that like, hey, listen, this information on our thing, it's up to you to believe what's true or not.
Yeah, that's
because that's something I feel like we could talk about, bro.
Yeah,
shit, man. That might you might open up something there, man. Fuck.
That was a big bang. Like it just happened randomly on. Yeah, it was on Channel 13 on PBS, like 8 o'clock at night.
That's why no one listened to it.
Right, and I was like, wow, for a platform this major to make an announcement that broad, like basic, like, look, there is no more truth. You decide what's true. We're not going to tell you. We're not going to convince you even. We're just going to show you. And you decide if that's true or false. And that is, it's responsible, but it's also irresponsible. You know, they're lifting the accountability from themselves, but they're also not being diligent about monitoring their platform and making sure that their users have the most wholesome experience. They're just prioritizing, okay, we got billions of people on here, let's just show ads. Like, no, you have massive cultural influence. Use that to your positive, not to your negative.
Gotcha. Yeah, this might be like a long discussion then. Because when I see dude, I used to have a YouTube channel years ago, and so many people that were in the genre I was in, like they'd either get suspended or banned and everything, and they would talk about how like this isn't fair. This is a free speech. We should be allowed to. And I'm over here, and I would always fight for if I got like flagged down or something was, I guess a strike. That's what I think YouTube still calls it that. I always like hit up their customer service and be like, hey, listen, like this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And usually actually, I'd say around 80% of the time with me, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, we fucked up. And then they would reverse it. But, I would just like hear all these people bitching and I'm just like, dude, at the end of the day, this isn't yours.
Ooh, come on.
You're an independent contractor. Like there's a terms of service. If they don't, well, yeah, but why are some people allowed to do this and other people? It's like if I invite you to a house party, I might kick someone out that you might think, no, he should stay. It's like it's my house.
Yes, come on.
But now the big thing is with that is, well, no, because these platforms are so big. I guess in a way it's like not a necessity, but like because I guess the platforms like Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff are so big, it's almost like they control, I guess, the market of like information that's spread. So to ban people, but it's like, well, where's the line though? Like you're saying these platforms are so big, and you're probably not caring about other platforms because. Yeah, they're so big, no one uses the other but where's the line? Is it how many? Like, is it all right? Once a platform gets 10 million accounts on it, like now you can't ban someone unless they really do. Like, where is like? Tell me where the line is, like, because no one never has a line. They just go to the same like 3-4 platforms: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Like, no, you have to do this, and you're a utility. It's like, nah, dude, you're crying. I think it goes to my main opinion of if you're an entertainer, if you are entertaining, there will always be an audience out there for you.
Yes.
So like people are gonna get. I know that the shit I talk about, dude, especially the stuff I post on Twitter, I'll probably eventually get banned and flagged down and all that kind of shit. Like I get that, but like it'd be so hypocritical of me to just like, you can't do this to me, man. It's like they can. It's their house, dude. If they don't want you in there, they don't want you in there.
Like I have never.
Sounds like you're eating really like good Cheez-Its or something. Man, dude, these extra baked versions. I love these motherfuckers. Toasty.
I have never heard anyone express it with the maturity and clarity that you just did, because so many people think that they are entitled to use these platforms and they have a right. No, it's a privilege. Let's be clear on that. This is their house. This is their platform.
Dude, you're like, that's the word right there. And what blew my mind about the whole pandemic and the mask thing, besides everyone just talking about it 24/7, I learned who didn't really have a true personality. That's the people who always brought up COVID. Like, it's like, oh, okay, you really just don't have anything to talk about. We could just sit here in silence and have the same experience, my man. Like, fuck. Christ. Always some chick named Nicole or something.
I actually knew one of those. Yeah, that's.
I told you. They're around, man. They're everywhere. But what blew my mind is so many people who are all about like rights and constitutional rights and all this shit. And a private store would literally tell you, hey, listen, you have to wear a mask or you can't come in. No, I don't. No, it's like, lady, listen, if you want to buy a bag of cucumbers, you got to put the goddamn mask on. No, it's my right. It's like, no, listen, lady. Just like you have to wear a shirt and some shoes or no service. You ever hear? No pants. Like, you wear the mask or you can't come in our private store. Like, it was like, how is no one seeing this? I don't get that, man. I want to buy my Valentine hearts. Maskless. It's like, okay, well then go to another store that allows that. We don't. Shit.
like, us humans, man, like some people we get in the mindset of it's owed to them. Like this is their thing. Like this is their Target. This is their Walmart. This is theirs. And whenever they're met with opposition of any form, it's just like you said, like wait, like
especially when you're at a grocery store, everyone's always high octane, like just biting their own shoulder, like close quarters. They have a cart.
Shit, I know I'm definitely guilty of it. I've been one of those people a few times, like in the supermarket, just all right.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. I've had my dude. The episodes I've had, like I'll judge people on those like freak out videos, and I'm like, dude, if someone ever put a camera on me, I've had 24 of those moments. I threw my wallet one day because I was pissed out at the self-checkout.
Oh, shit.
Because the red light was flashing, and I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why is everyone going to think that I'm the guy? And I just fucking chucked my wallet at the cash register. And there was a guy trying to help me, and he basically rolled his eyes when he helped, and that made me up. That's what made me throw my wallet. I was just like, fucking girl. I would never hurt anyone, but like inanimate, what's it called? The objects that don't have any sentient being.
Oh yeah, inanimate objects.
I'm illiterate, dude. Inanimate objects. I'll pay for it, but I'll toss the shit out of that.
Oh man.
But yeah, dude, it's that whole people are so comfortable in this country, man.
Yeah.
In a vast like our purposes are just given to us on a silver platter where anything that's outside the box, it's just it's scary. We freak out.
Right.
We get scared. Shit, man. I can't really damn, man, we've been on here for a long fucking time.
Whew. Was it like an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Over 2 hours. I don't think that's even counting the time where I totally pressed the pause button like an idiot. Shit, man. All right, dude. I just followed you on.
This is excellent
on Instagram. I should be able to DM you there once this episode's up and everything. Shit. Is there anything else you want to say, Xavier, before we leave?
Nothing for the moment, man. Nothing for the moment. You know, just like this has been super positive. Like to be able to just jump on here, jump in, and just shoot the shit, laugh, talk about life experiences. Yeah, man. Thank you,
dude. Fuck, man. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for spending all this time on this episode, man. I'll definitely hit you up down the road to have you on again. It's been real.
Yes.
All right, hold on. I gotta do that too. Yeah, man. Yeah. Give it up for da 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 at the sparkling woo. Yeah. Now we got Billy on his trombone. All right. I'll talk to you, man. All right.
All right. Peace, brother.
Later.